it's Kristen. Welcome back to my channel for another video. I'm super excited today to be sharing with you my summer favorites homeschool mom edition. So this video is really special because I'm collaborating with some of my favorite YouTube homeschool moms. They have fantastic channels that I really love watching, and so I'm excited to share them with you today. So in this collaboration is Samantha from Mama Approved, Deanna from Taming the Frizz, and Michelle from A Common Life. Once you're done watching my video, check the links down below in the description and go watch their videos too, because I know you're gonna love them. So this is my first favorites video. They are one of my favorite videos to watch though, so I'm super excited to be able to share these things with you. It's gonna be mostly things for me. We got some beauty, some just like self-care stuff, something that I'm enjoying drinking, something that I'm enjoying reading, something I'm enjoying listening to. So it's a little bit of everything, a couple things that make my life as a mother this summer a little bit easier. And before we get into the favorites video, I did want to say, if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming over from Samantha or Deanna or Michelle, thank you so much for hopping over to watch this video. I really hope you enjoy it. I am a homeschooling mother of 4, and on my channel I like to talk about homeschooling and natural living, and I love real food recipes and cooking from scratch. I love a good DIY project and home design, things like that. So it's a little bit of everything kind of home related here on my channel. So if you're into that kind of thing, I would love it if you would subscribe. Let's get into the video. I'm going to start with something that I've been drinking. So in the last 6 months or so, I cut out caffeine. As much as I love coffee, I was having some health issues and some adrenal fatigue, which was causing some anxiety, things like that. And so I knew that I needed to get rid of caffeine. I'm working with a nutritionist who's been helping me, and she definitely recommended I get caffeine out of my diet. And so she said I could switch to decaf if it was organic, and so I found some organic decaf at Whole Foods, and it would still cause me to feel anxious after I had the decaf, and then come to find out it's not completely, caffeine free. There still is some caffeine in it. So I needed to find something that was really, truly caffeine free. And I tried a few teas and things like that, and it just wasn't scratching the itch, because I do just love the taste of coffee. So this is what I found. This is something called No Fun Joe Decaf, and the process by which they decaffeinate it is called the Swiss water process. So apparently this makes it about 99, I think it's 99.9%, maybe it's 99% caffeine free. I'm just so excited that I found it. I don't drink it every day, but it has a wonderful flavor, and it scratches the itch when I want a cup of coffee, and it also makes really fantastic iced coffee. And speaking of iced coffee, my next favorite is this Bodum iced coffee French press. So you make this by, you put your filtered water in here and your coffee grounds, and you actually put this in the fridge for about 24 hours. And then you have a nice big pot or French press full of iced coffee, and it's delicious. It works really well. My only complaint would be that it's made out of plastic. I wish it was made out of glass, but I'm not putting hot coffee in it, so it's not as, I'm not putting any hot water in it, so it's not as much of a concern for me. So I can have my delicious, truly caffeine-free, organic iced coffee at home. So as well as cutting out caffeine from my diet and a bunch of other things, I've also cut out processed sugar. So I still use some honey and maple syrup to sweeten things very lightly, but I don't eat any refined processed sugar. So my husband actually found these desserts in the frozen section of our Kroger. It's by a brand called Base Culture, and it's a cashew butter blondie. And here, you're going to wonder what it's actually made out of when I read this, but listen, it's grain-free, gluten-free, paleo, non-GMO, kosher, dairy-free, soy-free, and preservative-free. And it is a dessert, so like the first ingredient here is honey. It has cashew butter, coconut flour, coconut oil, pecans, flaxseed. That's pretty much it. It's delicious, and usually it's kind of big, so my husband and I will split it. at night when we want something sweet. And if you're trying to avoid sugar too, this is a great option. I've been loving it this summer. Now I'm going to move to a couple of things that make my life easier as a mother this summer. So these are nothing new, but these little SPF rash guard shirts, this one's for my little 11-month-old. These are so awesome. I really love that I can put these on. I don't have to slather their whole body in sunscreen because one, it's hard to find sunscreen that's like truly non-toxic, and two, it's just like a pain. And when you got 4 kids or multiple kids, it's just a lot to do, and then your hands are covered in. Anyway, I don't like that kind of thing. And so when I discovered these shirts, I was like, all my kids are wearing them. And especially if you have little babies that you don't want to put sunscreen on, this is perfect for them as well. So this is something that has definitely made my life easier this summer as we're at the beach and we're at the pool and we're doing all sorts of things outside for a long time, and you want to protect their skin. This is a great option for that. And in that same vein is another thing that has made my life easier this summer. It's this little Baby Balm fragrance-free mineral sunscreen face stick. It is 50 SPF, plant-based, non-nano, vegan, water-resistant. I'm sure it's not the absolute cleanest sunscreen that you can get out there, but it is fragrance-free, and it's mineral sunscreen and mineral oil-free, phthalate-free, hypoallergenic. So I really like it for their faces. It just has it's a little stick, almost like a little mini deodorant stick, and I can just swipe it on their faces. It's super easy to rub in, and we haven't gotten any sunburns on our faces this year because of this. So this is another thing that's been making my life easier this summer. My next favorite is something for me. So this is something I've been wearing all summer long. It's the Sarah Happ lip slip. So it's a moisturizing luxe balm, it calls it, and it just gives, I'm wearing it today, it just gives a nice little shine to your lips. It's not sticky, it doesn't really feel like you're wearing anything. It kind of just makes you look like you're a little bit more put together, and it has like a slight shimmer to it that is not anything obnoxious, and it just catches the light really beautifully. I'm actually almost out of this one, but I love it so much. It's a little pricey, definitely kind of a splurge item, but I mean, this seriously lasts so long. I think I've had it for a year. I don't even know if you're supposed to hang on to stuff for that long, but anyway, I pretty much keep it in my car and put it on before I go in, you know, to wherever I'm taking the kids or whatever. And it just makes you feel, like I said, a little bit more put together. So I've been loving that this summer. My next thing is a nail polish. So I, over the years, have collected an obscene amount of nail polish. I'm probably not alone in this. I feel like most people probably have large collections of nail polish, but as I mentioned previously, when I started to go through those health issues, I started to really look at the things that I was putting in my body and on my body, and I've always been very, well, not always, but in my mostly adult life in the last like 7 or 8 years, I've been very conscious of those things, but there were still things that I was doing that I wasn't even thinking about, like putting, you know, conventional nail polish on my nails, or the shampoo that has fragrance and all kinds of things in it that could have been affecting me and my health. So I've just kind of done like a total overhaul of that. You know, all the things I use in the shower are different, all my makeup, things like that, all of that is different. And so nail polish is no different. I wanted to switch that out for something a little bit better. I don't put polish on my hands all that much, but I do like it on my toes, and I have thrown out all my old polish. I found this is Zoya, and it is a, let's see, it's called Bella, and this is made without a lot of the toxic things that normally go into nail polishes. Like, it has like formaldehyde, phthalate, camphor-free, and there's like a bunch of other stuff that it's formulated without. So I just cleared it all out, and I'm like, I'm just gonna, you know, maybe slowly build up a small collection of a few of these, and that's all I'm gonna keep around. I feel like I'm just trying to minimalize everything, and so the nail polish was something that needed to go. So anyway, I love this. It's a very light pale pink. It goes on very easily, dries quickly, and I've really been enjoying it this summer. Another makeup item is the Bare Minerals Original Foundation. I'm in the color Soft Medium. I love this for the summertime because it has an SPF in it, and I really haven't been able to find a good foundation that has decent coverage, that also has SPF, that isn't really toxic. So I know this isn't the cleanest foundation there is, but I need something lighter for the summertime, as well as something that will protect my skin, because we spend a lot of time outside, and this is what I've landed on, and I've really been enjoying it this summer. In the winter time, I was using the Juice Beauty Flawless Foundation, Phytopigments Flawless Foundation, but it's a little too heavy for the summertime, so I switched to this, and I've really been enjoying it. Another self-care item is this Lavender Salt Scrub from Trader Joe's. I've been enjoying this for the summertime when we're wearing shorts and things like that. It's very moisturizing, and of course it's exfoliating. It's got sea salt, a bunch of different oils in it, and essential oils. This one's lavender. It smells really good. It doesn't look like it has any fragrance. I can't see anything negative in the ingredients, so I think it's a pretty clean product. And I keep this in my shower, and I use it after like I shave and just on my arms and everywhere, and it makes your skin really, really soft, and it kind of gives it a nice little like sheen. Nothing obnoxious, but just looks like your skin is really healthy. So definitely been enjoying that this summer. And the last thing in the kind of self-care category is this blow dryer. So this is a Revlon blow dryer, and I had been hearing people rave about it for a while, but I want to say it retails for around $80, and I'm just not the kind of person that spends that kind of money on a hair dryer, so I hadn't picked it up. And then with the Amazon Prime sale, it was I think half off, and then an additional something off. I got it for like $30. And I was really excited to try it because I heard, so many people raving about it. So basically it's a blow dryer, but a brush in one. It makes it look like you got a professional blowout from the salon. And it's probably my favorite part is it's super fast. Like, it dries your hair so quickly and brushes it, and it just gives it a really nice look and a lot of volume and body, which is really nice. After I had my daughter, of course, postpartum, if you're watching this, you're probably a mom, which means you've probably had children, which means you also know that after you have a baby, your hair falls out. Like, not all of it, but a lot of it comes out. And then you get this regrowth that comes in that is like wild and crazy. You try to put your hair up and it's sticking out, and you got it growing down here and you got it growing up here. So it's a little wild and crazy. So normally I would just get out of the shower, kind of towel dry my hair and just let it dry in the air. But when you've got all these crazy wispy baby hairs, when you let them dry in the air like that, it gets a little wild. So what I had been doing is air drying it and then straightening it, but that wasn't really working that well. I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't awesome. So this has really helped me with the postpartum hair problems. So I'm able to quickly go through and blow dry, and all those little pieces, it just tames all the little pieces underneath, all the pieces on the side of your head, like here, it just keeps them tamed, as well as giving you just a nice volume and body to your hair. So I'm not having to straighten my hair and make it super flat to my head because my hair is a little bit thin right now. So anyway, I've really been loving it this summer, and it has simplified my hair care routine. So the last two things on my list is something that I've been reading and something I've been listening to. So first up is something I've been reading. This is a book by Paul David Tripp called Parenting: 14 Gospel Principles That Can Radically Change Your Family. I have been really loving this book. It's kind of been rocking my world a little bit. It is just packed with such good information, just some really great perspectives on who you are as the parent and who the children are and who we both are to God and what He wants from us as parents, and raising these children that He has entrusted us with. So I'm not done with it yet, but so far I've definitely been loving it. So the last thing on my list is something that I have been listening to. So it's a podcast. I really love podcasts. I love to listen to them when I'm driving my kids to their activities, maybe while I'm doing the dishes, or while, anytime. A podcast is good anytime for me, as long as it's not too chaotic in the house. So the podcast I've been really enjoying this summer is called Schoolhouse Rocked. and it is all about homeschooling. And her and her husband are making a documentary, I believe, called Schoolhouse Rocked, and they're traveling all over the country, and I think interviewing homeschoolers and really influential people in the homeschool community. And she interviews people on her podcast who, same thing, super influential in the homeschool community. And the mothers on her podcast are just fantastic and have given me so many great ideas to incorporate into our homeschool and just family life in general. So that is definitely a favorite for me. Definitely the podcast I've been listening to a lot this summer. Okay, so I think that's all of my summer favorites. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to put links to everything down below if you are interested in anything that I mentioned today. And don't forget to check the description box down below and check out my friends Deanna, Samantha, and Michelle and look at their favorites videos. I know you're really going to enjoy them. I appreciate you taking the time to watch today. If you like this kind of video, please give it a thumbs up. It's really helpful to me to know what kind of videos you guys like. And if you're not subscribed yet, I would love it if you would subscribe and stick around. I hope you have a great day. Bye.